Hi everyone, and welcome to the last week of public speaking, our final speech. My topic is going to be, are zoos good for the conservation of a species? My position is zoos are not good for the conservation of a species because of the mental damage they cause to the animals and the negative effects they have on a species. In my PowerPoint, you'll be able to see the pros and cons to a zoo and how they incorporate the educational benefits and the financial benefits and all of that stuff in my PowerPoint, and the pros and cons that are going to level my opinion out. The opposing position is going to be zoos offer the safety from extinction of a species with providing nutritional diets and shelter from other animals. Also, they benefit us educationally. So I'm going to start this speech off with animal facts about animals being in a zoo. And my first one is going to be, even if a zoo does have the best intention for an animal, the zoo cannot provide the perfect environment for every type of animal. So even if the zoos do have the best interest in them and they want to feed them correctly, they want to treat them well, they are friends with the animals, they care about them, they still can't provide what the wild can provide with the animals roaming around and the animals being out free and getting their own food. For example, elephants can walk up to 50 kilometers a day and is not used to being so limited. Also, there are more animals or elephants in that zoo space that they have the elephants in, so that limits the elephants even more. So not only can they not walk 50 kilometers, but they have to run into all the other animals, and it limits their space even more. Scientists say that animals need their privacy, and zoos do not provide the best habitat for that. This leads to zoochosis, similar to OCD in humans because the animals are living in habitats that are smaller than they're used to. The animals cannot enjoy needed privacy, and this results to depression or obsessive behavior in animals. So it damages them mentally. Lions are not offered the chance to hunt, and this can grow into them being more aggressive if they are not taken care of properly, which can lead to more danger for zoo personnel or even the customers that come to the zoo. Comparing the pros and cons. So my pros for zoos are medical care for injuries and proper nutrition for the animal. And then some animals may not survive in the wild, and being kept in a zoo provides more safety and provides the convenience of people coming to zoos and learning more about the species. My cons to zoos are, one of the biggest is the confined spaces that a lot of animals are forced to live in. This is a big problem for animals that tend to migrate and move around a lot. Major drawback from zoos is that they take their toll mentally on the animals that live in them. For example, animals that are captured and confined, the adjust causes them extra stress, and for animals born in captivity aren't capable of surviving in the wild if they ever are let free because of financial problems with zoos or anything that would have them be set free. Zoo struggles with financial problems, leaving the animals being sold off to people who may not have the best interest for them, or the animals getting split up into different zoos. Pros and cons of zoos' educational benefits. The pros provide hands-on learning for students to watch and interact with seeing animals and learning about them. And the cons are, in this time period, most of us don't go to the zoo for educational purposes nowadays. We go for recreational purposes, not to learn more about the animals, just to go and do something and have something to do. Most visitors abuse the right to see the animals by yelling at them, throwing things at them, and teasing them, which has a negative effect on the animals. So instead of going to visit them educationally, we go just to see the animals and maybe tease them and provide them with negative effects on them. My conclusion to my speech is going to be, zoos may offer education learning, but the Discovery Channel offers just as much information on animals on the animals' time and in the animals' habitat, because they are in the animals' habitat with video cameras watching the animals interact in the wild with their wildlife instead of being trapped in a confined space. Also, animals have their own rights, and capturing them or taking away their right to live as they please destroys their routine and their way of living. No matter how much space a zoo can provide, it will never compare to the freedom they would have in the wild. And then most zoos also don't care about the well-being of the animals, but only are worried about the financial end of the stick. Animals started getting treated better when the media made it known that the animals weren't getting treated fairly, which proves that the well-being for the animal wasn't their choice of interest, but the public's. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you enjoyed it.